Hi all, Hal here. We're space engineers, and so the boat's in, and you guys wanted to see the ship repaired, upgraded, whatever. So we have started that process. I will walk you through what's going on, what I think our plans will be moving forward, and yeah. First, we have to get started. So. Friday, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic week. Oh, alright, so like I said, the vote has come back. Everybody wanted to see the ship get upgraded, turned in, you know, kept as a ship and not converted over to a base. So what we're gonna do is, I've been making parts pretty much all night so that we could get a bunch of the thrusters finished. A couple more. I'm not sure we're gonna have enough parts. I might have to make some more of these things. It's close enough, right? Close enough for government work. And how many does that leave us with? 2. Okay, so that's most of the thrusters. Got 1, 2. I've already got this one welded up. 3, so we're up to 120, 160. Okay, let's make sure we have enough of these things being produced. So we've got another 100. It's going to be close. Oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and throw another 100 on there, just because.
Energy low.
Not like we don't have the resources for it right now. All right, and for you, we're going to go ahead and get these in here. Oh, so yeah, I've been working on this thing on and off for a couple of hours now. Basically, just trying to get all the resources together and get all the parts manufactured, because we want to be able to take off, and hopefully we're going to do that soon, because I'm getting tired of being pelted by asteroids, so, or I guess meteorites. At some point I will actually not confuse those two or mix those two up. Alright, so okay, so what we're doing while we're waiting for those things to be made, so basically what I've done is, because we had lost a bunch of armor on this side, I mean we lost all of the armor on this side, I went ahead and left the last conveyor block on both sides exposed so that we could add a third hydrogen thruster onto that each of the arrays here. We opened up the blocks that were under the fuel tanks on all sides, so we added yet another thruster. And then when you come back here, we added more thrusters on this side. So yeah, we've just gone kind of crazy with the thruster count at this point, but that should be enough. I mean, because we basically, with what we had enough to be able to fly in atmosphere. But I want to be able to keep it under control in atmosphere, and that takes just a few more thrusters. But I also want to be able to do some mining and grab materials and such, so that we can get everything together. And I think, what's that? Everybody over there is welded up, you're welded up, you're welded up. Alright. So this should be enough parts.
Energy critical.
Yes, I know. Okay. We're just going to take a quick look through here. Looks like everything on both sides is completely welded up, which is good. What we're going to do is try and get this whole thing back up and on solid ground again. And what I want to do is I want to get some landing gears placed back in here. Yeah, I think that'll work there. Alright, so I can never remember. I know it's just basically pipes, construction components, steel plates, and I think motors? Yeah, motors, construction, and plates. Okay, that's easy. And that is not the block I need to be standing on. There we go. Alright, so we're going to throw those over here. We're going to grab a couple hundred of those. Grab 100 of those, and... Am I really out of components?
No energy.
Oh. Thought I had more time. Oh, wait. We can do this. Oh. Okay. Then we can come through here. Yeah, see? This is why I put these things on the builds. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead. We've got enough power now that we... Ooh, that was close. Okay. We want to get the landing gear in. So we definitely want to have the landing gear situation sorted out. Alright, so that is going to require quite a bit of mining here. Get some of this out of the way. I mean, hell, we may as well just go ahead and pick this stuff up, right? Alright, so a little bit more of this.
Inventory full.
Alright, so if inventory is full. So, yes, okay. We're going to have a bit more stuff to mine out of here. Alright, I'm thinking... Go ahead and just drop this stuff off somewhere. Alright, come on. Hey, look at that. We found a spot to drop it off. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the rest of this. I think what we'll do is just pick up the rest of this. And once I have this stuff out of the way, just because I want to get all the loose crap moved, we're going to go ahead and just excavate the rest of this here. Alright, and I think that should be... Alright, so what is blocking this? So we can place that there, but not there. Sure, why not? See, I thought there was... I could swear there was large tubes for that. But I guess not. Alright. And how close did we have? We have it lined up. Alright. So that is... like so. Let's go ahead and queue up some components here. Just go ahead and drop this stuff back in there. We want to get... You know what? Let's just queue up a bunch of them. Alright, so that's that. Yeah, it's been a long week. Been a long day too. So we get the last of this welded up, and I think all of our fuel tanks should be full. What are we doing? We're doing components. There you go. And the reason why I'm welding these up is because, as you saw the last time, they the landing gears took a good chunk of the landing impact. So yeah, basically want to have it there to cushion our fall in case, you know, we screw up and crash again. But all right, so let's go ahead and get in here. We'll button everything up. Okay. We can put that away. We've got power, we've got solar, hydrogen, and oxygen tanks are completely full. Alright. So what we're gonna do is jump in here, make sure dampeners are on, thrusters are on. Hey, look at that. We have altitude control. Isn't that nice? Okay, so let's head this way a little bit, because I think the spot over here is a little bit flatter. And that was nickel, iron, and cobalt back there. And if you notice, we have much better control this time. And yes, we are using the artificial horizon. Whoa, let's see what's going on here with our gear. Right. So we have to reset our landing gear. Alright. So that should be mostly level. Looks like it, at least. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, we have a mobile ship again. Oh. Alright, so now some of the things that people have been asking for, because I'll be quite honest, I'm actually surprised that the rebuilding the ship, repairing the ship, and upgrading the ship was the vote that won. I was really expecting everybody, because early on the initial feedback was, yeah, convert the ship to a station, you know, build what you need to build, and then continue on with your day. And so what we're going to do is there is going to be a vote. What I want to do, or what we've gotten to the point now where basically we have what we really need in order to survive, at least, you know, for the time being. We've got a small craft that we can go out, gather more resources with if we need to. We've got the larger craft which will process those resources. But I'm thinking I want to rebuild this ship a little bit. I like the internals. I like the way that we have the hydrogen system set up. But what we need is we need a real refinery. So I'm thinking we may rebuild portions of this. Because I'm kind of wanting this to actually be down here. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to change a few things on it, which isn't a problem, but it's definitely something I need to keep in mind, because what I'm thinking here is we go... I need a steel plate. Give me a steel plate. Steel plates! See, even the little landing gear doesn't look like it requires the pipes anymore, so we need plates. Or the large tubes, I should say. Components, plates. Motors, construction components. Alright. Nope. Should be everything I need. Alright. And I'm thinking we're going to have to modify the ship a little bit, this particular ship, in order to get things lined up a little bit better. Because what I would like to do is these are actually where they need to be for the drills. But what we run into, if you remember, is that because of the way this whole thing worked, well, you know what I might be able to do? If we do that or that, I guess that'll... Would that be better, or would that? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. And so what we'll do is we'll use that as a docking port. And I'm thinking we are going to have something... I mean, basically we just really need something like that, maybe? I'm kind of curious. Alright, so this thing should have plenty of fuel in it. Alright, so we're gonna unlock it. I really, you know what? We're sitting here. May as well go ahead and do this. And we want you to be... that. Because what I'm going to do is I want to see if this will actually fit down here. And if it will... Come on. Alright, how close am I? Well, I'm not even that close, so I need to come up pretty significantly, actually. There we go. Look at that. Ha ha! So we can turn that off. Turn that off so we don't have everything conflicting. What I need to do, let's remove that. What we're gonna do is let's do this really quick. Alright, you are hanger doors, you can go away. We want battery recharge on and off, and we want toggle block on and off. Okay, so if we now go, we stay connected, yes. Okay, so that's going to stay connected. That actually worked out, for the most part, really well. I mean, I know we lost a couple of blocks in here. Let's go ahead and get you all welded up. We need plates. Let's grab some plates. All right. Go ahead and throw all that back in there. We'll get all this welded up. All right, so now what we were talking about doing is we've had a bunch of things happen to the ship. It's been an interesting experience thus far. But one of the mods I used to really like using that I haven't been able to use for probably the better part of a year now has finally been updated. It was updated earlier this month, and it's the Exploration Enhanced mod. For those who don't know what that is it introduces, I don't know, like 12 factions or something like that to the game. And then a bunch of NPC bases, space stations, and I think they're saying over 200 different ships now. So I'm thinking we're going to add the EEM in, so that'll be our next mod. And then maybe something like either Meredith's or Lucas, for those who know him by either name. One of Lucas's mods. Now, I've been looking at the Reaver mod. I've used it once back when it was first released. Let's just say that from what I have seen, it has gotten even less survivable. So I'm kind of excited to use it. Now, the problem with it is, right, and this is the problem with using any of the, specifically Lucas's stuff, because Lucas is evil. What Lucas has done is that if you happen to have, say, like the shield mod installed, or certain extra mods that give you better weapons, better armor, better shields, his mod, actually the vehicles in it have spaces allocated for those parts as well. So if you have the shield mod, I don't know if it's for both the shield mods or if it's just the old structural integrity shield. I think it might just be for the old structural shield.
Meteor storm inbound.
Basically, there's two shield mods that are really popular. One of them is a shield mod that just basically reinforces your grid, and then there is another shield mod that creates a bubble shield. And a lot of people like the bubble shield. I am actually one of them, because for several different reasons. The first mod, the one that's just basically a structural integrity field, that particular mod, in order to increase the amount of power on your shields, you can upgrade things up to maybe like twice the power. For the other shield mod, the bubble shields, that shield mod actually is based on the amount of power available. So if you have say a large ship, or a large grid ship, that's, it's got 30 reactors on it, that same ship with 2 reactors will have different amounts of total shield points available. So, like everything else being equal, the only difference being one has more power available. The one with the more power available will have more shields. It's a really nice mechanic. I like the way that works, because then it means you're not flying around in a giant brick of shield generators. And there is basically consequences for it, where when the shields go down, basically you don't have shields. Like when it starts recharging, it has to get to a certain point. There's a minimum level of power necessary before you actually get the shields to come back up. The other thing is that the shield emitter in that particular mod has to be external to the ship. Or if you're using the station version, it has to be, it can't be hidden away in the core of the station. It has to actually have the ability to line trace or ray trace from the shield emitter to the full diameter of the shield, which makes it rather interesting because it means that in combat, like in, let's say, PvP or even PvE with the pirates and everything turned on, what'll end up happening is they can go after those. Oh, hi. They can go after that generator just like any other component, and if you're using, like, say, Lucas's mod, they actually target specific blocks first, which makes things a little bit more, let's say, interesting. Or, for me, probably more frustrating. But it's okay. I actually like the challenge, so I'm thinking we will introduce at least the exploration enhancement mod. But the question is do you want to see something with a little bit more aggressive AI, like, say, the Reavers as well? Now, the Reavers do have ways of avoiding them, I guess would be a good way to say it. What you need to do is you basically power off your grid. You shut down all the power. If you're under power and you get within, I don't know, maybe 2 kilometers of them, they have a chance of detecting you, and the closer they get to you, the higher this chance goes up. At around 2 kilometers, maybe 2.5 kilometers, is when you'll get the message that you've been detected, and they will basically pivot and come find you. It's a really awesome mod, and they're ridiculously overpowered. So if we're going to do stuff like that, that means we will also have to look at adding in weapons mods and things. And there's a couple people have asked me if I'm going to mod the save a little bit more, and I do want to get back into using some of those mods. But I'm wondering if we're going to do that, do we want to do that from the start? Because right now we're talking about adding, the exploration mod, a shield mod, potentially a second NPC mod, and if we introduce all of that, we're probably going to honestly need to introduce some weapon mods, mainly because of the fact that the AI in both of those mods, both Lucas's PvE mod and the the Reaver mod, both of those things have really powerful weapons, and the AI tends to not miss nearly as much as a player will. So those are things we have to keep in consideration. So, okay. So I have rambled enough. Here's your vote. Your choices for the vote, your homework for tonight. Alright, so we're gonna do exploration enhanced mod. Do you want more vehicle, like, do you want more mods on top of it, or do you want to just only add the exploration mod for now, and then we'll say Friday of next week we'll update to more mods. We'll add like the shield mod. We'll get things built up, and as we build up, we'll introduce more opponents and more things to do in the game. So yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you vote. Throw your comments, if you want to explain anything or go into detail on what you're thinking, throw those down in the comment section below. I think I'm going to get out of here because we are in the middle of my night. It is not too much longer to midnight. So I'm going to go ahead, get out of here, edit this, render it down, and get it up and upload it for you for Friday. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you for stopping in. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, throw them down in that section below. And if you want to do something nice, new to the channel, or just haven't hit that button yet, make sure you subscribe. And if you really want to be kept up to date with what's going on around here, make sure you ring the bell as well. Alright, I'm going to out of here. Hope you all have a fabulous Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, so the thruster mount didn't end up working out for us, but we ended up making it work for us. Alright, makes sense?